Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Braille. If you're new here, I feel like this is a little close. Okay, so in my last video that I created, which was my 2023 reset, I asked you guys if you'd be interested in a vision board creating video. And I got a few comments expressing that you guys would like to see that from me, so that is what we're doing today. I'm really excited for this. The first time that I did like a yearly vision board was in 2022. What I think is kind of tricky with these like yearly vision boards is, like I talked about a lot in my 2023 reset, because the amount of change that happens within a year, I found myself like halfway through the year no longer resonating with the vision board I'd created. And I think the key for a vision board, you know, being valuable and working, etc., is that it creates an emotional response in you. Like if you look at your vision board and you feel nothing, it doesn't motivate you, it doesn't make you excited and passionate, then the vision board is pointless, right? I think it's important to continuously revisit your vision board, change things as they no longer resonate. And that's definitely something that I'm going to be doing throughout the year this year, because there was just a point where my 2022 vision board was doing nothing for me, and I don't want that to happen again this year. That being said, I do feel like I've picked up a few things that are valuable tips when it comes to making vision boards, so we're going to talk about that too. But before we get into the entire like actual creation process of making the vision board, we're going to be doing it digitally, so I'll show you guys kind of what that looks like. Before we do that, I want to take a look actually at my 2022 vision board and kind of talk just a little bit about, you know, what I still resonate with, what I don't, things that I want to do differently this year. So let's look at my vision board from 2022. And let's bring over the matcha, because you know I can't film without one of these. The fact that I don't even know where to find my vision board is red flag number one. This is like an old hard drive that I think it might be on. Can you tell I haven't been looking at it? Okay, so this is my vision board from last year. Obviously, I wanted to focus on my YouTube and growing my YouTube, hence why there is a vlogging camera. That I would say held pretty true, still a priority. I have a photo of a girl in a Tesla because I thought I was gonna get a Tesla this year. That didn't happen, obviously, and that's not really something that I care about anymore. I just don't feel like it's a priority the way that it was, I guess. I have this image that says trust your intuition. One of my words of the year was trust. Makes sense that I have that on there. I have Amber Astley, who's a photographer that I really look up to represent, you know, building my photography. I have these two girls because I really wanted to, you know, be more social, have more friendship experiences this year. And then I have this photo of drinking wine in the mountains with snow. I don't know. I think this was just to kind of represent like adventure and luxury. Even though I still like these images we talked about and they don't feel crazy far off from the goals that I still have, they just don't evoke anything in me anymore. Like I don't see them and think, yes, this is the life I want. I just feel kind of detached and neutral towards them, which is why I definitely need a refreshed vision board for 2023, because I need images that actually get me like going. I have this like fake channel analytics screenshot. I photoshopped this. I'm probably going to do that again this year with my subscriber goal of 20,000, which I talked about in my reset. It's kind of a big lofty goal, but I definitely want to incorporate that onto my vision board. This photo of Caitlin Nolan in workout clothes, I see what I was going for. I was trying to like represent fitness and this fit girl lifestyle, but that doesn't quite inspire me as much as just kind of make me envious or discourage me, which I think is something that I'm going to address with this new vision board, is that I don't want any images that feel too unattainable, too far away, too like, God, I wish I looked like that. God, I wish I lived like that. I don't want anything that feels too distant. I really want to focus on things that feel a little bit more achievable. I have this gorgeous neutral apartment. Still definitely think home decor and an apartment is going to be probably an even bigger part of my 2023 vision board, because moving into an apartment, putting time and care into decorating my place is a massive priority for me in 2023. When you are confident, people become confident in you. I really liked this quote, and I still really like this quote. It was a little different than ones that I had seen before, but I think it's really true. When you exude confidence in yourself, people really believe in you. They think you can accomplish things, and that's an uplifting energy to have around you, right? That's a big like call out for me of like, hey, if you don't believe in these dreams and goals you have, no one else is gonna fucking believe in them for you. You have to like be a little crazy, be a little delusional, and just like believe in yourself radically, even when there's no proof as to why you should yet. So I still really like that one. I have this image that just says taking care of yourself is productive. That's definitely a message that I still resonate with. I have my income goal, 60,000. We know that didn't happen if you saw my 2023 reset, but I'll probably put that back onto my next vision vision board because I recycled that goal. That's my goal for 2023 now. And then I have this girl doing yoga down here. I really thought I was gonna like get into yoga last year. It's not something that I think is going to make it onto the new board. I still love the overall vibe of this vision board, and the next one is definitely going to have similar energy, similar priorities on it, but there are things here that just don't really resonate anymore, or they're not powerful enough imagery or words that they really like evoke something. So definitely need a bit of a refreshed board that's more aligned with my current goals and current priorities. Before we get into actually like scouring Pinterest for the right images and creating my vision board for 2023, I do want to give just like a couple tips for creating a vision board. These are things that I kind of mentioned when I was going through my 2022 board, but I just want to reiterate them really quick for you guys if you are planning to make a vision board as well, and maybe it's your first time or you want to change your strategy. Number one, like I mentioned, choose images that don't feel too distant, too aspirational, to the point where they don't resonate and they don't make you feel empowered and capable of achieving that thing. There is a way to take maybe the grand goals that you have for yourself and step it back a few steps. You want to be able to see yourself actually achieving and living like the images on your board. So for example, with my goal of finding a nice new apartment and decorating that apartment in a way that really represents me and makes me full of joy and inspires me. If I was just going to Pinterest with the idea of like, I need an aspirational home to put on my vision board, and I put an image of like a multi-million-dollar celebrity mansion, I'm not gonna look at that and be like, that's what I'm manifesting, like it's coming, it's happening. No, I'm gonna look at that and be like, damn, they got money, like that must be crazy. And then I might, experience some jealousy or just feel like it's impossible, unattainable, etc. Versus if I find an image of an apartment that yes is nicely decorated, but that I could see either how I can directly implement the design style into a smaller, more realistic space, or that is just a smaller, more realistic space, like a cute 1-bedroom apartment image that I find on Pinterest, that's gonna feel a lot more like, yes, I am going towards that, I am manifesting that, and it's gonna feel a lot better when I look at that vision board. It's gonna resonate more. Another thing that I'm gonna try implementing into my vision board this year is to actually add a photo or two that's my photo. This is something that I've seen other people do a lot, and I think what's cool about this is that it's physical evidence on your vision board that you can do that you can follow that healthy habit or be that dream version of yourself because you've done it. You have the photographic evidence that this is something that you've done before and that you can continue to do and incorporate into your identity. I feel like this could be really, really good if one of your goals is like, going to the gym more. If you have a gym selfie, throw that onto your vision board because that's going to register in your brain as like, hey, I've done this before, I can do it again. And it feels a lot more attainable. Again, you want things to feel attainable and inspiring and filling you up with good energy versus just making you like jealous or bitter. And the last kind of tip that I want to give is to make it extremely specific and curated to you. Like you saw on my vision board, I had things like a specific subscriber goal, a yearly income goal, things that I actually edited and made myself to add to my vision board. To me, that just feels so much more personal than only using generic Pinterest photos that don't really have any sort of personal affiliation. If your vision board is just aesthetic, that girl images from Pinterest, if that's all that's on your vision board, I don't think it's personal enough, and I don't think it's going to feel like it's yours in the same way that it will if you add those extremely personal, specific elements. We're going to dive into the actual creation process of making my vision board. I'm going to find a ton of photos that I think have potential to be good on my vision board, and then we're going to create the whole thing together. I'll add the little hand-done elements and just kind of step you through the whole process. I really want to keep this vision board pared down to like a few core goals and core areas that I want to manifest things into my life around. I'm going to be setting it as both my laptop screensaver and my phone background, which I strongly recommend because otherwise you're going to make your fucking vision board and never look at it again. So make sure your vision board is visible. I should have mentioned this in the tips section, but make sure your vision board is visible, whether this is making a material like physical vision board and hanging it up on your fucking wall where you're going to see it every day. Or if you're making it digitally, make it your desktop screensaver, make it your phone background. Since when I see it, I'm probably going to be seeing it briefly, I want my brain to very quickly know what it's looking at. And I think if I try to represent too many different areas, it's gonna lose a bit of that power and a bit of that potency. I really want to look at it and get a very quick burst of inspiration, knowing what my focus areas are. 3 things that I think I'm going to really focus on finding images for. 1, things that represent growing on YouTube, focusing on my YouTube channel, being the creator that I want to be. Obviously, I'm gonna have some images related to health and fitness because that was a huge area that I had in my goal setting. And then I really want to have some apartment inspiration on there as well to represent moving, as well as just decorating, catering my space. Specifically in the last week when I was home for the holidays, I entered like a interior design rabbit hole that now has me so fucking excited, not only to decorate my new apartment when I move, but also to like put some love and energy into this place. One of the creators that I was watching talked a lot about not waiting to be in the perfect space or your next home to really make it your own and make it as good as possible. Just make the most of the space you're in. So that was kind of a wake-up call for me of like, even before getting my new apartment, decorating and putting love and care and organization and decor, etc., money into my apartment is something that I want to start doing the entire year. Anyway, that was a long explanation. Obviously, I'm going to be using Pinterest. And what's nice about being a semi-active user of Pinterest is that I can pull some images that I've already saved. You can really tell I've been going through an interior design phase based on what's immediately popping up when I open Pinterest. Ooh, let's not get distracted. So let's go to the apartment board on my Pinterest. I do feel like there are a couple images on this board that I know I'm like very passionate about. I'm realizing my computer's not in the frame. I am using my laptop. I figure you could piece that together though, right? This image lives in my head rent freaking free. Something about the color palette and specifically the artwork on the wall, it just does it for me, and it really inspired me for like the colors and the overall vibe that I kind of want to go for in my next apartment / in this apartment. It really made me realize that this like rusty color was like the shit, and I love it. I just love it. It makes me excited. It makes me want to decorate. It inspires me. It doesn't feel too crazy out of reach because really it's just a fucking couch, a table, and an artwork. And I could easily see how I could translate inspiration from this into a small space even. So this is definitely going to be saved and added to my vision board because I'm obsessed with it. Now this image is a prime example of something that I would not put on a vision board. Why? This is Emma Chamberlain's house. It's her kitchen, obviously. This is a custom multi-million-dollar house situation. She picked everything in this fucking room, from the cabinets to the appliances, etc. She also has a shit ton of fucking money. So as much as I love Emma Chamberlain and I think this kitchen is fucking beautiful, I'm not gonna put this on my 2023 vision board because it is so fucking far away from where I'm at. And it's so distant that it's not even like I feel like I could really pull inspiration from it, because I'm not gonna be able to fucking rip out my counters and choose a custom backsplash and put in custom appliances. So there would be no value in me putting something like this on my vision board, except maybe if it was like inspiring me to manifest wealth. But again, it just feels too far away. Okay, this is kind of cool because this is very close to what I imagine when I picture like my dream space. I might have to save this just because it's the closest image I think I've seen to like the actual room that I picture when I picture my dream apartment. Not necessarily even the decor, just like the size and shape that I imagine. In fact, it's kind of like tripping me out how much this looks like what I envisioned. Okay, I'm gonna save this one just because I had that instinctual emotional reaction of like, holy shit, this is what I've been picturing. And I do really want like a large cloud type couch like this. Another thing that I want to include on my vision board is a large gold mirror. For some reason, that is just something that I always picture when I picture like my dream apartment, living my dream life, etc. I specifically imagine this large Anthropologie golden mirror. It doesn't need to be Anthropologie, but that's the one that I'm picturing right next to like my big floor to ceiling windows. It's just a specific image that for me really represents this lifestyle / apartment that I dream about. So I'm definitely gonna pull an image that has one of those big gold mirrors. Okay, let's find this golden mirror that I'm daydreaming of. This image has been the like top of my Notion dashboard because I just fucking love it. That like huge gold mirror, I love it. I love the overall aesthetics, the city view, her being all cozy, the fucking cat. Like, I really love this picture. It could be a contender. Let's see what else comes up in the suggestions, because if there's one where it's kind of laid out in the way that I'm picturing, I feel like that's gonna resonate really strongly. We're looking for those like gut, instinctual, that's my apartment reactions, you know? This image for some reason is resonating the most, like creating the most of an emotional reaction. I think it's as close as I'm gonna get to what I'm picturing in my space. If you guys saw like my manifestation methods video, you know that like visualization is a huge part of manifestation, and it's something that I do. And over time, as I've done it more and more, and I've specifically pictured my apartment, waking up there, etc., these little details, these things that I've held onto and that have come to represent this dream version of me are important and are very emotional. And one of the specific things was a big gold mirror leaning against the wall by the windows. And so if I can find a way to like visually, literally see that and then think of this whole vision that I have for myself, I feel like that's powerful, and that's going to help me really manifest it, really, you know, work towards that goal. And I also just think the cat's fucking cute. I don't think a pet is in the cards for me this year, but it's definitely a long-term thing that I have in mind. Something that I will say is that it has been such a great use of my time trying to get to know my taste and my desires as specifically and as currently as possible, really getting in touch with what I like, what I don't like, figuring out, okay, I like this in interior design, I like this in clothing, etc. Past me would have thought that that was a waste of time, or would have just gotten frustrated when the answers didn't come immediately. But what I've realized is the more that I think about these things, the more that I do the trial and error of looking at images, seeing what resonates, seeing what doesn't, visualizing things, seeing what resonates, what doesn't, the more clear I get about my tastes, my dreams, all of these things, the better I feel, the more I feel like I can move forward with direction, and that's going to serve me so fucking well as I continue to like build my dream life. Like, I don't need to wait until I have the money, the resources, the perfect apartment, etc. to start thinking about these things. I should be working on like honing my taste now, seeing what I really want, and, you know, moving forward intentionally instead of just like getting to that stage and being like, okay, what the fuck do I like? What do I want? What do I want to do? I think it's really valuable to start figuring those things out, and getting to know yourself is the point of this. It's an amazing thing to invest time into, even though it might feel a little frivolous. Put that time into yourself. Put that time into getting to know yourself, and these aspects of your life will start to flow a lot easier and feel less like you're stumbling around in the dark. That was kind of a random rant, but that's what I've been thinking about a lot recently. Okay, so now that we have the apartment photos locked down, let's try and find some YouTube aesthetic inspiration. I don't know even how to search for that. This is not something I would put like a YouTube play button. I don't even have a goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers right now, obviously. So that would just be too distant, too irrelevant. I feel like something cute like this of just like somebody filming. This girl, she's a brunette. She kind of dresses like me. I see myself in her enough for this image to feel a little bit more personal. So I like this one. I'm gonna save it. Maybe like a photo of somebody editing could be good. Maybe like editing at a coffee shop. That could be like a nice vibe. Okay, I like this image. Looks like a girl at a coffee shop editing with a matcha, because I'm seeing a coffee shop menu. She has like her hard drives plugged in. Like, this looks like my life. I think I'm gonna use a couple photos of specific creators whose journeys I feel like inspire me. I'm thinking maybe Bria Jones. Bria is somebody who was at this for years, saw very little growth, and then went from, I think she said, what was it, 10K to 200K subscribers last year. That sort of like snowball effect to growth, that like things were slow, times were tough, I almost gave up, but then I blew up. Like, that type of trajectory is so much more inspiring to me than like, oh, I started my channel and then after like a month I had 100,000 subscribers. Like, that does nothing for me. So I honestly might just go onto her Instagram and pull a photo of her. Okay, I really like this image. This is from her Delusional Diaries podcast promo, and the whole kind of message behind her podcast is this whole idea of like, you need to believe in your dreams even when you seem delusional for it. You need to have that radical like self-belief before anyone else sees that in you, and you need to be a little bit fucking delusional if you want to achieve your big dreams and goals. And so that whole message really resonates with me, so I love the idea of having this image on my vision board. Last but not least, we have the health and fitness umbrella. I think this is a good time to pull a personal reference photo. Hold on, I want my matcha also. So I'm gonna just literally go through my camera roll and see if there's anything that kind of feels like fitness vibes. And again, I think this is gonna be good because fitness is one of those areas where I'm not gonna buy it if I have fucking Alexis Ren on my mood board. I'm just not. I'm so tired of looking at those types of images. Okay, this is it. Okay, you see this? I don't know why I'm holding up my phone. I'll pop it up on the screen like a civilized YouTuber. This is a very simple image. It's just a stack of weights and like a moody sky. But this is a photo that I took in the workout room at my fucking apartment complex. So the joy of this is that it's attainable. I could walk downstairs and be in this fucking gym, right? But it still like feels aesthetic. Love it. 100% going on the board. Okay, and I also think I posted an Instagram story coming back from a workout class. Let me see if I can find that. That seems perfect because one of the specific goals that I set for this year was to do more workout classes. This is a call out to me to start taking more photos when I go to these fitness classes so that I can like prove to myself, hey, this is something that I do. I have evidence. I know it sounds fucking silly, but it's important. Obviously the photo itself is very simple. It's just pressed juice, but it's my own legs and sneakers in the image. It says that I just went to hot yoga and I'm living my best LA fitness girl lifestyle. And if you saw my 2023 reset, you know that that's like what I'm trying to channel more of this year. So that's perfect. Those two images, they're simple. They're not crazy aspirational. Again, it's not an Alexis Ren gym selfie, but they're two images that represent the fitness lifestyle that I really want to have in 2023 in a very attainable, because it's literally my images way. So I feel great about that. Okay, I just thought of this, but I set a goal to spend more on pampering expenses, aka things like getting my nails done, getting massages, potentially like getting lash extensions, things like that. So I think just adding a simple photo of like a cute manicure could be a great thing to add to my vision board. Okay, so we have 9 images saved for the vision board. Obviously that's not counting the images that I'm just gonna edit, which is like my subscriber goal, my income, etc. I'm feeling pretty good that we are ready to start assembling this thing. I'm gonna try doing it in Canva just because I know that a lot of people don't have the Adobe suite. If you are approaching this video from like the perspective of wanting a tutorial, I want what I show to be accessible. And I'm gonna be using the free version. So this is very doable for anybody. I've never really used Canva as far as I know, at least not in my recent memory. So it might be a little clumsy to be honest with you, but we're gonna figure this out together. And this is something that 100% you can do yourself. So I'm going to use the desktop wallpaper option, and then I'm just gonna upload my images. This is gonna take a tiny bit of getting used to, but I have faith in the possibilities. So I'm just gonna crop the images, start getting a sense of like the rough layout that I wanna do. Ooh, I love like tape and stuff elements, so I'm definitely going to be incorporating some of that. That's fun that that's just like there. That's so cute that they have like different tape and stuff. Oh, and a Polaroid? Stop, that's so cute. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. We'll take the photo of Bria. Since this is like a specific individual, it feels weird to have her too big. So let's scale that down. We have this random girl vlogging. Trying to decide whether I want to group it into sections, like have an apartment part and then a YouTube part, etc. Or if I just kind of intermix it. I'm gonna focus on just getting everything in first. Speaking from a semi first time user, aka I can't remember the last time I used this, Canva's nice and easy. Very nice and easy to use. Great for beginners, I would say. I really like this like gray blue. It's been a recent favorite color of mine, so I definitely think I want to go with that. I also just wanted to feel a little different than last year's mood board, which was extremely neutral and cream. Like I want this vision board to feel really like fresh, new, different. I definitely think that having like size variation makes your vision board look better, so I'm gonna definitely be cropping down some of these like crazy vertical images. I also feel like cropping is a good way to like bring the image to the most essential part, like what's actually inspiring about it for you. For example, with this image, let me bring it to the front real quick. Come on, baby. Okay. So for example, with this image, like I cropped out the crazy wooden beam ceiling because that's not something I'm going for, and also not something that I realistically think is going to be in an apartment. Cropping it actually helps it to feel a little bit more realistic and attainable, and it helps obviously to save some space on the mood board, making sure we're only incorporating important things. Oh my God. I am loving this. I think it's so cute. What the hell? Okay, I'm feeling very inspired and happy with how this is turning out. I feel like it's the perfect balance between being neat, but also feeling still a little bit organic, hand done, because not everything is perfectly lined up in like a rectangle, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna add some fun little graphic elements since that's something that Canva has, very easily accessible, which I love. Oh my God, they have a paper clip. I'm sold. This has made my life so much easier because this is the shit that I would be doing in Photoshop, but it would require more effort. 100% would recommend Canva. Holy shit, I actually can't believe that it has all this for free. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and speed through me adding all of these little finishing touches. So that's all I'm gonna do in terms of graphics. I don't wanna get carried away just like adding random shit for the sake of adding random shit. Like I still want the focus to be on the images and what's on the board. But now that this is done, I am going to bring it into Photoshop just so we can add the finishing touches. So I'm gonna go into YouTube Studio and basically take the screenshot that I'm gonna botch. I'm gonna do this channel analytics thing again because I liked that quite a bit. But then I also think I'm going to go to my channel itself and take a screenshot of my stats and then edit that too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open those screenshots in Photoshop. So let's start with the subscriber one. I'm literally just going to try and find a similar font to the number and basically just gonna try and match it so it looks believable. So I think Arial is like fine. It's close enough. I love how this step is like a little bit extra. Like I'm literally photoshopping my analytics to help me manifest the analytics that I want. But I feel like every piece of media about manifestation out there stresses faking it till you make it and also being specific. So this is checking all those boxes. So now I'm literally just gonna go ahead and paint over the actual subscriber number and then drag this. Wait, why did I put 10,000? Not me forgetting that my goal for the year was 20,000. Okay, and I wanna change this down here too, because realistically, if I do hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be gaining a lot more than 100 subscribers a month. So let's go ahead and switch that out as well. Let's say I'm gaining like 1,260 subscribers in the last 28 days. Totally just pulling that number out of my ass, but it will work. And then we're gonna go ahead, make that text green. And that, my friends, is how to create fake analytics to gaslight your brain into thinking that you have the things you wanna manifest. I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the vision board. Okay, perfect. Let's do the same thing, but with the screenshot of my actual channel, because again, I want this to feel personal. I want it to feel like my stats. So let's just go ahead and switch out that 1.38K for 20K. That works for me. All right, let's savor. I can't even begin to fucking tell you how obsessed I am with this. Not my battery dying again. I feel like whenever I do a video like this where I'm actually like doing something on camera that takes some time, my battery just dies 5 times. I have 3 hours of footage. It's just unhinged. But this is the real-time process. Last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and add my income goal. Okay, I'm gonna use this crinkled paper, which we all know I'm just fucking obsessed with. I put $60,000. Still not crazy about the placement of the income. Maybe it should just go up here. Yeah, I kind of like that better. All right, guys, the vision board is officially done. I freaking love it. This is, in my opinion, the perfect mix between aspirational and achievable. I feel like it captures the essence of my goals for the year. And honestly, it feels a lot more me than my vision board from last year. Adding in personal images and seeing how cohesive it looks with the rest of the board, it really, I feel like, was a game changer. And I strongly recommend doing that for all of you. Let me put down my computer and film a proper outro. Okay, thank you guys so much for coming along with me throughout this process. I really recommend doing this yourself. It can feel like a bit of a frivolous task, but once you do it, you'll realize just how impactful it is. Seeing all of your goals visually can be extremely inspiring and just make it feel a lot more real for you, motivate you to go after those goals with a little bit of a fire under your butt. It's great for manifestation. It's great for goal setting. I can't recommend this process enough. And honestly, I can't recommend Canva enough. If you don't know where to start, if you have never done like a visual collage or anything before, the platform honestly made it really simple. And I was very impressed by how good of a result results I could get with a free software. So if you don't know where to start with creating a vision board, and maybe the thought of making like a physical vision board, having to print out photos, all of that craziness is a little overwhelming for you, I think literally just using Pinterest and Canva is a very entry-level, non-intimidating way to create a vision board. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you have an absolutely amazing 2023 and that you achieve every single little goal inside of your brain. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like it burns. So give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow.